Welcome dear students. Today we are going to discuss about biomolecules. In this part we are going to discuss about the introduction of biomolecules and look into the gist of the types of biomolecules. Biomolecules, what are they? Bio refers to life and molecules, you know what they are. So biomolecules are derived from two terms, one that is bio and the another one that is molecules. So the molecules which are present in the living organisms are the biomolecules. Or you can say in other words that the molecules making up the body of the living organisms are biomolecules. Remember that a living organism or a cell is organic in nature. When I'm talking of being organic in nature, it means that the body is made up of carbohydrates, fats, proteins, and nucleic acids. And all these four carbohydrates, fats, proteins, and nucleic acids are the biomolecules. Let's discuss about carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the organic substances which are made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, and they are the instant source of energy. A simple carbohydrate is glucose. The simple carbohydrate is glucose, and the formula of glucose is C6H12O6. You must be remembering by now. Okay, and this is the only carbohydrate which our body can absorb. What does that mean? Whatever the carbohydrates that we consume in life, they all get converted into glucose because blood can only absorb glucose. The other carbohydrates include fructose, lactose, maltose, cellulose, galactose. Remember, cellulose is the only carbohydrate that our body cannot digest. Moving ahead with the fats. Fats are also called as lipids and they are made up of fatty acids and glycerols. I've made a simple diagram of a fat or a lipid molecule. You can see it is made up of fatty acid, one molecule of fatty acid that is combined with the three molecules of the glycerol. It is a source of energy, but not an instant source of energy. Carbohydrate was an instant source of energy, and that's the reason if um, one gets faint or one gets fainted, then in that case glucose is given to a person. Why? Because it provides the instant source of energy. You cannot go ahead and provide fats or lipids to that person, the person who has fainted. No, not at all, you cannot do it. But fats provide more energy than the carbohydrates when they are metabolized inside the cell. Next, let's come ahead and look into the proteins. Our body is made up of 98% of the dry weight of our body is made up of proteins. What are these proteins made up of? They are made up of amino acids. So you have got a long chain of the amino acids. One amino acid is linked to the another amino acid, then to the third, and then it can be linked to many other amino acids. There are total 20 amino acids. Three more have been discovered. So total you can say there are 23 amino acids, but 20 participate uh, in all the molecules that are present inside the cell, and thus that's why these 20 amino acids are called as the essential amino acids. And these amino acids are linked together by a bond which we call it as a peptide bond. So a peptide bond is present in a protein, and these proteins are involved in the bodybuilding, growth, and metabolism. Let's go ahead and look into nucleic acids. Nucleic acids are of two types, one that is DNA and the another one that is RNA. You have seen the structure of a DNA, and here is a simple structure of RNA. The DNA is made up of deoxyribonucleic acid. Sorry, that's the full form of the DNA. And RNA full form is ribonucleic acid. DNA, as you can see in the diagram, it is double stranded, whereas in the diagram the RNA is single stranded. Deoxyribonucleic acid consists of the deoxyribose sugar. Means from the ribose sugar we have removed the oxygen. That's why it is called as deoxyribose sugar. It consists of the nitrogenous bases adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine, and attached um, to all these things is a phosphate bond. It is a single stranded and consists of ribose sugar instead of the deoxyribose sugar. And the same nitrogenous base is adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil in contrast to thymine that was present in the DNA, and also a phosphate bond. Now let us go ahead and look into the characteristics of biomolecules. Now you have seen the different structures and the what they are made up of. So these are large macromolecules. When I'm talking of the word macro, which means big, why they are big? Because they are of high molecular weight. You can see a fat or a lipid is made up of fatty acids and glycerols. Proteins are made up of different chains of different amino acids, right? And that is why they are also the polymers. What is a polymer? It is a substance that is made up of smaller subunits, and these subunits here are called as monomers. So I have written polymer and a monomer. Fat, protein, DNA, and RNA all are polymers, and the monomers include, for fats, fatty acids and glycerols; for proteins, amino acids; for DNA, deoxyribose sugar, nitrogenous bases, and phosphates; for RNA, ribose sugar, nitrogenous bases, and phosphates. And all these biomolecules are produced by living organisms. So how is a living organism is made? It's made with the help of atoms. The atoms combine to form molecules, and the molecules combines to form cells. Cells combines to form tissues. Tissues combines to form organ, and the organ combines to form organisms. I have not dealt with the tissue system and the organ system because that's of no use for you, the chemistry students. This is all for the introduction of the biomolecules and the different types of biomolecules, in which I have just discussed about the gist of the biomolecules, different types. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you must have liked it.